So I want to share a bit more of a video here and take us into this aspect of the philosophy. Philosophy is that which rises out of deeper levels of purpose. And I just want to reiterate that purpose is actually a feminine quality. It's a quality of being. And where I come from, being is the deepest relaxation into the depths of your body. It's also other things too, but here I'm referring to the beingness that is the deepest relaxation. So it's out of that relaxation that purpose is opened. You could actually speak about purpose as if it's a flower. And the deeper that I go into my body as the masculine, as consciousness infused with spirit, the deeper that I can discover this energy of purpose, this depth of being. What happens is when I go deeper into my body is that I discover the true qualities of existence. This happens because I resolve the distortions that I have about existence, distortions that I inherited right from the beginning, distortions that are based on separation. So the masculine principle enters deeply into the feminine and a glimpse of purpose is revealed. And then I strive towards that purpose. That aspect of striving involves the creation of a vision. I create a vision of that which I can hear that I'm here to do. And then I strive. And I strive with all of my heart and all of my body. I give everything into that. I serve that listening, which is serving the feminine principle, serving the depth, serving existence. What that striving motion does is it opens up the body, while at the same time bringing about a further level of fulfillment of purpose. So on one hand, there's the movement out towards the vision that is based on the purpose. But on the other, there is the deeper descent that happens through that striving. Because consciousness, when it starts to open up to spirit, starts to open the body. When spirit is coming through the body, that is like introducing a very high level of love into the system. And so that naturally has the effect of opening up the distortion, opening up the limitation, opening up the contraction. So I strive, and at the same time, my body is opening deeper. And as it opens deeper, I get stronger and clearer and more grounded glimpses of the energy of purpose. The energy of purpose feels like a movement up. It's a gradual movement up from the ground, and then it meets into the heart, and it meets into the heart with that striving will quality of spirit. And that's equal to the masculine and the feminine really integrating and fusing together. So purpose rises up. Inherent in that rising up of purpose, I can gradually sense and intuit my philosophy as a soul, the unique stream that I am here to weave and to live, and the pattern that I am deeply here to play out, to live, to be, to externalize. For a while, I have to listen to those glimpses of the philosophy and the purpose and strive to do something about that. But eventually, what happens is that striving is firmly plugged in to the feminine. I start to discover that I no longer need to rely on external world action to bring about the manifestation of purpose, because I plug so deeply into the feminine that I enter through the distortions of the feminine, which are based on misinformation about existence not being benevolent and not being magic and not being joyful and not being passionate and not being creative and not being beautiful. I enter through those distortions and I open up the true creative vortex. And so I, as the masculine, plug deeply in to the feminine creative vortex. And what that means is instant manifestation can begin. Right? And this is the pure alignment. This could be described as the will to be, where the will, masculine, and the depths of being, feminine, are fused into one. Where he is so plugged into her depth that her depth is weaving the new reality through the body and then up through the eyes and into the brain and out into what we could call the external. This is the bringing forth of newness into the old, which we could actually say the bringing forth of the true you into the old subconscious structures, the old collective agreement to certain patterns and certain ways and certain cultures. What this means at a certain point is that when I am so plugged in as the masculine to the truth of the feminine, there can be the thinking, the acting, the speaking from such a depth that all there is complete alignment. I want to say a few more words about this alignment. I am seeing so far in to the truth of existence that the truth of existence streams through my body, and then I am existence. I am the masculine realizing that I am existence. In this, there is a fusion of the masculine and the feminine, of consciousness knowing existence, not knowing a self. And in that new level of knowing, I think, move, and speak from the point of existence, if we could even call that a point. When I think, move, and speak from such a depth and vastness, I start to notice that there is a unique pattern that is seeking to move itself into, and that pattern is my soul. So in a way, such a union, such a oneness all the way down allows for the opening up of the creativity of existence being moved in to the natural movement of my highest enjoyment. This can only happen through the masculine and the feminine deeply merging such that they are one. This means that I have to see through solidity. So when there's pain in my body, can I go through that pain? Because pain can feel very solid. Or when there's a belief structure that is saying that something can't happen, can I go through that? Can I see through that? Because that is the role or the function of the masculine, to reveal the truth. The feminine is true fulfillment. She is the fulfillment of everything. It's only by virtue of the misinformation that we have picked up individually and collectively that we don't know that. But when I go into the depths of my body, which is the body, when I go into the depths and discover that I am existence, then I see that there is no limitation to anything, and that the immensity of my creative energies are being moved into a unique expression. And so this unique expression is your philosophy. Your philosophy is a soul. You can't mentally do this at the end of the day, but there is something to be said about the role of the masculine in listening to what happens as I drop deeper and drop deeper and drop deeper, those glimpses of purpose. And purpose, as I've said, is philosophy. So that comes through me, and then I go, okay, this is where we're going. And then I drop deeper and I get more refinement. There's more refined detail, which might result in a subtle or a small, and maybe a big course correction. Because the more sensitive that I become, the more that I can hear what I am trying to do at the deepest level. So I thought I'd leave that with you.